Now today in the battle arena, well, we've got the Avengers, Earth's mightiest heroes, guys like Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor, going up against one of Godzilla's greatest enemies, a living extinction event, King Ghidorah. So who's come out on top here? Well, let's find out. Alright, now before we get started, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn notifications for more great videos just like this one every single week. All done? You subscribed yet? Okay, great. Let's get into it. Now, we all know about the Avengers. They're Earth's mightiest heroes. But you might not know about King Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. He's not from Earth, but fell from outer space in ancient times, clashed with Godzilla before being buried in the ice in Antarctica, and was then resurrected in 2019, wreaking havoc all over the world. Okay, so that being said, right out of the gate, a whole lot of these Avengers are completely useless. They dead. Seriously, the majority of the team is going to be killed pretty much solely just because King Ghidorah steps on them. So Captain America, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Okoye, Spider-Man, Nebula, Wasp, Black Panther, Rocket, Falcon, Winter Soldier are all dead. So say goodbye. It's just like Infinity War all over again. I mean, just look at the scene in Antarctica. Everyone is desperately trying to stop Ghidorah, and they're doing absolutely nothing to him. That's the same with a lot of these heroes in this fight. Now, I guess the first real question we gotta answer is, can anyone take attacks from Ghidorah? Not just an accidental step or something like that, but a direct attack from the kaiju. Well, honestly, I can just think of a few, and all of them are questionable. Vision could phase through the attacks, but I think if he takes a direct attack from Ghidorah without phasing, he's out. Even with his vibranium body, Ghidorah is just too strong and just weighs too much. Iron Man is a strange one, because you'd think he definitely should be taken out, but he's literally had parts of a moon brought down upon him. Took it like a champ, even joking about it a few minutes later. The only ones that I'm confident could take an attack from Ghidorah, not instantly die, would be Hulk, Thor, and Captain Marvel. So the problem for the Avengers is even though they have a huge numbers advantage, that numbers advantage isn't going to do you much good when only like 3 heroes are guaranteed to survive an attack from Ghidorah. Because King Ghidorah is just insanely powerful. I mean, just for starters, there's his size. He absolutely dwarfs Godzilla. Look at that size comparison. And on top of that, Ghidorah's clocking in at 140,000 tons. Over 100,000 tons. He's breaking every single scale that he comes across. And when you're throwing around that kind of weight, well, you're going to be amazingly strong. Basically, without even trying. He clashed with Godzilla and created shockwaves with that clash. Done this more than once, actually. An overpowered Rodan in order to one-shot him. Even Ghidorah's wings are crazy strong, shattering through ice and easily smashing buildings, just sending them crumbling down. To top it all off, Ghidorah managed to overpower Godzilla, choke out Godzilla, and then pick Godzilla up, fly him way up into the sky, and then drop him from the edge of the atmosphere. To make it all the more impressive, Big G weighs 90,000 tons. King Ghidorah is able to easily lift and move around nearly 100,000 tons. That's way more than we've ever seen any of the Avengers do, except possibly Thor messing around with Ned DeValier. Don't really know how much that was. But now I guess we gotta flip the script. Ghidorah can definitely injure the Avengers, but can any of the Avengers injure Ghidorah? Well, that's the question. Captain Marvel's been able to casually ram through ships like they're nothing, both the Kree's and Thanos's, with both those ships being just as large as Ghidorah, probably larger. Valkyrie was able to cut through Leviathan for sword. Both Hulk and Giant Man were able to freaking deck their Leviathans, kill them with just one punch, and Hulk was able to deck Surtur too. Then Thor was able to overpower the Infinity Gauntlet with Stormbreaker, pierce Thanos' chest with Stormbreaker, and later decapitate him. But while Ghidorah is strong, really strong, he might be even more durable. Bullets and missiles do absolutely nothing to the big guy. They even just bounce off his wings, no harm, no foul. He's taken tons of attacks from Godzilla, and yet Ghidorah just jumped right back up, went right back at it. Plus, to top it all off, Ghidorah has a healing factor. After Godzilla tore off one of his heads, Ghidorah just quickly grew it right back. No harm, no foul. If Ghidorah is injured in this fight, if Thor manages to cut off his head with Stormbreaker or something like that, well then Ghidorah is just gonna grow it right back. I mean, we just saw him do it. Why can't he do it again? King Ghidorah is going to be so freaking hard to put down, if not impossible to put down. There's also just Ghidorah's sheer size, so attacks from swords or even Stormbreaker aren't really going to be able to do much to injure him. It's like imagine stepping on a Lego. Obviously, it's gonna hurt, but in the grand scheme of things, it's really nothing more than an annoyance. Definitely not enough to kill ya. Kind of the same thing here, just on a much larger, much more powerful scale. Then there's Ghidorah's gravity beam, which is roughly just as powerful as Godzilla's atomic breath. He's pushed Godzilla back a good little while. He's destroyed buildings, used it to beat Rodan, even kill Mothra. Ghidorah can also absorb energy from other sources, like draining the nuclear energy right out of Godzilla's body, or tapping into the Boston power grid, unleashing just a massive electric blast of his wings. And you think Thor can control storms and the weather? Well, just look at Ghidorah. He started generating storms as soon as he was free from the ice. And later on in the movie, it was said that he was generating Category 6 hurricanes as he was flying around. However, the Avengers' greatest asset here in this fight is their numbers and all the versatility that comes along with those numbers. The Avengers are more versatile than Ghidorah. No way around that. Scarlet Witch was able to overpower both Thanos and Leviathan serve her chaos magic, and she could even potentially attack Ghidorah for telepathy, seeing as how she is able to attack Thor and Hulk. Ghidorah has shown no telepathic resistance, and plus he's basically an animal. Can't be too difficult to control, right? Then there's Doctor Strange, a guy who can potentially do just about anything and everything you could possibly imagine. But the thing is, we can't just talk about Doctor Strange's potential and what he could possibly do. We can only talk about what we've seen him do up on the big screen. And well, the thing is, Strange has never battled against anything with the sheer scale of Ghidorah, meaning that he's never cast crimson bands to restrain something so big, or created portals on that size. Speaking of the portals, no, Strange cannot just decapitate or dismember Ghidorah with a portal. The Russos actually specifically addressed this, except in regards to Thanos, and said that physical durability played a factor here, and Thanos was just too durable for that kind of attack to work on him. And if Thanos is too durable, well then Ghidorah is definitely too durable too. Then I'm not even sure Doctor Strange will actually get the chance, seeing as how his shields were broken by Thanos and other attacks, and Ghidorah has a lot more force and weight behind his strikes. So, all that being said, who's coming out on top here? Well, I think it's gotta be King Ghidorah. Honestly, we're just talking about different tiers here. The only ones that could potentially put up a fight against Ghidorah are the powerhouses like Hulk, Thor, and Captain Marvel, or the magic users like Strange, Scarlet Witch. And honestly, I just don't see them doing too much in the grand scheme of things. Like we said, just talking about two different tiers. Yeah, gotta hand it over to the Titan. King Ghidorah wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Who do you think wins this fight? Do you think the Avengers take him down? Also, be sure the like button, the subscribe button, and turn notifications for more great videos just like this one every single week. And I will see y'all next time.